everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today it's the end of the day and I am kicking off my work shoes and just trying to unwind, and I want to give you these tips if you are trying to be creative in the workplace and you have a boss that just shuts you down. So, spoiler alert, there's not much you can do if your boss doesn't like your ideas, but I'll show you what you can do for you so that you don't feel like you're gonna just fall apart and just not use that creativity muscle anymore. So I once worked for a company, this was my previous job before the company I work for now, and I had a boss named Scott, and Scott was the coolest boss. I could just run into his office and say, "Scott, I have an idea," and he would just, he would listen, and he was open-minded. He would tell me it's great, or I'd make him laugh, or he would just tell me to go back to my desk and let me down easy, tell me to get back to work. But he listened and he was open to it, and we were a small team of 4 people, and we executed so many projects and so many things in such a short amount of time with such little resources. And it was because we had a great leader who was just open to new ideas and took risks, which I loved. That's what I loved about him. Now, and we even worked for a terrible CEO, which I left the story in the description about how I later on got revenge in that CEO. So definitely check it out on my blog. And then I had a boss. So the company I work for now, the first month that I was working there, I had to redesign 4 web pages, not the whole website, just 4 little web pages. And I brought it to the VP to get the approval, and she shut me down with these words. She said, "We paid consultants $200,000 to design these pages. What makes you think that you know more than them?" And I just said, "Whoa, okay, I don't know where this she-devil's from," but I backed down and just said, okay, whatever you want. So from then on, I had to crank out content that was whatever they wanted, and it was cliche jargon in the fitness industry. Get results, push yourself, be your best you, blah, be motivated, and just typical stuff that you hear all the time. There was nothing original to it. And because of that, because I felt like I couldn't share an idea, or I couldn't get anything out there that anyone would listen to, I started to really just feel dead inside. I even sunk into a depression for 4 months. And the first 8 months of the company, I didn't create anything original. I didn't do anything that was worthy or I was proud of. I didn't want to put my name on anything. And finally, I just started speaking up, and I said, "I've had enough of this. I'm tired of just, I was just coming home from work and going to sleep, and I wasn't writing, I wasn't dancing, I wasn't doing anything that I was passionate about, and it was just really slowly killing me." And so finally, I started speaking up, and I throw out my ideas, whether they like them or not. And the thing is about that, they're always listening. And when you're throwing out ideas, you're helping people brainstorm, no matter how good or bad the idea is. And your boss is always paying attention to how much you're contributing. And sometimes, even if they say they don't like the idea, when their idea gets shot down by the bigger fish, guess whose ideas they're going to pull out of nowhere? They're going to steal yours. That's happened to me all the time. That's always going to happen whether you work in a workplace. It just does. And that's okay. That means that, your ideas are valuable, even if they're not giving you any credit for it. Now, another thing I do, and this seems a little devious, but and you guys know your limits in your company, but I tend to ask for forgiveness instead of permission. Now, keep in mind that I work in content marketing. This is not nuclear science. No one's life is in danger. I'm not a cop or a fireman, where you probably should follow some structure. I am just in marketing, and something can be easily edited or deleted or retracted in some way. But I would just go for it and just take the chance. If I didn't have anybody make a decision on it, I would make the decision myself, and it was a little bit more risky than people would like, but you know what? Sometimes I got the job done, and sometimes I got my hands slapped for it, and that's totally okay. So what I want to encourage you guys is, don't let that creativity die. If you let it die, you feel dead inside, and you don't want that. You will feel depressed, and you will feel just your sense of self-worth. It's not worth it to you. And you know what? If your job still won't take any of your ideas at value at all, then you can go out Jerry Maguire style and join the London Real Business Accelerator and create your own kick-ass business. Or you can just venture off and find something different. But never think that your ideas don't have a value, even if they're not used. You still got to just throw them out there. And you know what? Sometimes you will be heard, and most of the time you won't. But never ever let anything like that stop you. I will see you guys in my next vlog, and no matter what, no matter where you work, keep creating.